Samburan Jumelang Mulweni Abu Shari Macharoni. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, good day, goeiedag. Awe Maskanders, my name is Winston, and welcome back to my channel, Bush is Wat Boer. On this channel, we discuss everything relating to small-scale farming and those small projects that you can do yourself, save on some money, and enjoy the fruit of your labor. And in this video today, we are experimenting with bonsai trees. So stay tuned. Now it is the second week of January, and I want to take this opportunity to wish all of y'all a happy 2023. May all your wishes come true, may all your goals be reached, and may you enjoy the fruit of your labor this year. So let's dive into it. Now we're going to be needing a few things. So what you see is here is a bonsai pot that I bought from a nursery. I bought some bonsai soil from them as well. This is also soil, and this is just some rock that I collected. I collected 3 rocks, and this is not. It's not something that you will need on an everyday basis when you do a bonsai, but I'm going to experiment with something. So that's why I chose, I collected 3 rocks, but I decided to go with this one because it kind of like gives you that idea that I want to create something. So you'll see. Then I collected like 5 or a couple of stones, 2, 4, 6, 7 stones. It's really not needed because the soil has some small stones, and that's just for drainage. And then we have this tape. I will leave a link right over here for you where I used this tape, and it's something that I have already, so I didn't buy mesh tape. It's called mesh tape. I didn't buy this from the nursery. I have this, and it's like a thick roll, so I'm going to use this like for years. So it's a good thing to invest in. You will be able to use this for a long time. So and then I have some toilet paper. The remains of a toilet paper, when I just cut it in half, and then I cut it open like this, and then I just stapled it together. It is a bit dirty because I did use it, and whatever I tried, it failed. I'll explain to you what I did. It failed, and now we're going to try again from scratch. So let's get into it. So firstly, you want to prepare the pot. So the pot has a big hole in it, so people will put some wire in to like tie down the tree. I'm not going to do that because this is a small one, right? I'm just going to use the mesh, then the mesh tape, and then I'm just going to cut a piece off. And why we're using the mesh tape is we're going to stick it. It's tape. It sticks. Okay, it doesn't stick so like anymore, but I'm going to put it here on the bottom of the pot. The sticky side is like not sticking anymore, but I'm just going to put it here at the bottom of the pot, right? And that's just to block the soil from draining when you water it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to put some stones here around it, around the hole, just to block off that drainage, and then just leave it like that. And then what I'm going to do is also I'm just gonna fill up a little bit of soil. All right, just want to keep this just a small layer, and just maybe spread it around evenly. And there your pot is prepared. So let's leave that and go to the next step. Now what I have over here is branches of a Spekboom. Branches of a Spekboom. This was a small Spekboom that was in a pot. It had some branches coming out. It was growing very nicely, and what I tried to do was to wrap steel, a wire around it. And then what happened was the roots broke off. The root piece of it broke off, and actually threw that away. So that's thrown away. But you can see that I stuck this in water, and it started growing again. So what I'm going to do is I actually want to take off this wire, because I think this wire is a bit too strong for this, and I'm going to use what you call it, solder iron, the wire for the solder iron. That's a bit softer, it's a bit easy to bend as well. I will wrap that around and then use that for the bonsai. So there you go, I wrapped it around. I cut off the normal steel that it's like harder steel. I cut that off. This one, it's like this one over here that I used. You can see it's like very stronger to bend, but I used some soldering iron. I used that to tie around. It's actually, this stem is way too weak for stronger steel like that. So what I did was I just wrapped this around, and what it will do is, as it grows, I want to be able to use that to bend the tree in the direction I want it to grow, as you can see right there. And maybe like this, and then it like kind of like gives it a nice shape as it grows. And that's exactly what I want to do. So what I want to do now is I need to figure out how I'm going to position this stone so that this Spekboom can fit over the stone. So let me figure that out. Let me get the nice right position, and I'll come back. Now I'm experimenting, so I don't want to move my hand right now. I hope you can see what I've done. Let me just zoom in a little bit using my one hand, if I can. There you go. I want you to see how I spread out the roots, and then I placed this container over here over it. Not a container, it's this contraption that I made with that brown thingy, that oh snap, that the new toilet paper, that the toilet paper leaves once it's done. So what I will do is I'm just gonna leave it like that and kind of hold it like this. Now what I want to do is, my hand will probably be in the way now. What I want to do is I want to hold it like this. Let me just try and zoom back out. It's difficult to try and just gonna leave it like that. What I'm trying to do now is I want to use the soil and cover it like that, kind of like try to make it stable, so that the plant can stay on its own. And there you go, I left it, the plant is standing on its own. And then I just want to compress this a little bit like that. Cool. And that is exactly the effect that I'm trying to create over there. So the plan is for the roots to continue growing over the stone using this soil, just to stabilize. I'm gonna keep watering it, and then I'm just gonna, let me just put this over here also, the soil over here, because I want to compress it. Because remember that this thing that I made over here, this is cardboard material, so it will disintegrate, it will form part, as you water it, it will break down and form part of the soil. At the end of the day, it will form part of the soil. So I just wanted to keep the plant intact. So I will do this, and I will just give it some water, and then I will monitor it. It will stay indoors with me, and I will monitor it every day. It will be in the sun, and I want the roots to go deeper in. And then in 6 months I want to come back, and I want to take off whatever is left over here and brush it off. And I would like to see the roots forming part of the gripping onto the stone and going deeper into the soil, and like anchoring it. So that's the effect that I'm trying to see. Let's see if it's gonna work. Okay, And all I did was I just gave it some water. Now, what I didn't explain to you about this Spekboom was, remember I broke off some two branches, and you can see that I placed them in the water over here, and it created some long. I think I was supposed to use this one because look at this root structure over here. But what I'm gonna do is I just put this in another pot, and this one is just starting to create new roots. So the thing about a spekboom is, what you guys didn't know is this is also a herb, and it's also in South Africa. And what this is good for is it's a succulent, so it's a water-based plant. It keeps water. Let me just go to this. Let me just not disturb that one. So it's a water-based plant. It keeps water, so it's a herb that is used. And what people will use it for is, people use herbs for different reasons. Different people have different beliefs in how they use herbs. So because this is a water-based plant and it keeps water, this is something that you will find in drier weather. So if you find yourself in a situation where you are in the desert somewhere and you come across a spekboom, you can literally just take off the leaves and start eating it, because it contains water. It will quench your thirst. It will help with dehydration, exhaustion, even if you have heat stroke or something. People also use it for if they have sore mouth or sore throat or infection in the mouth. They will eat the leaves, 2 or 3 leaves a day. Then other people, I've heard people using this for constipation. They will chew on it for constipation. They will chew on 3 to 4 leaves. If they have headaches, they will chew on the leaves. You just normally chew it. You don't cook it. You don't do nothing. High cholesterol, high blood pressure. People use it for different reasons. I will put a picture up. It's unfortunately in Afrikaans. The lady that gave me this plant, I will leave a link for you in the top right hand corner there, where I gave away some Villa plants, and I just gave it away to subscribers. And when she saw my video, she said, listen, I want one, and I will even give you something for it in return. So the lady gave me this plant. It was small. It was actually kept in a pot, in a small pot. So it grew some roots, and I tried to do the what you call it, the bonsai earlier on. So then that's where I broke off these ones, trying to use that wire. So the way to cultivate it and grow it, if you break it off just by mistake, you can let's put it in water. It will start growing leaves, roots, like you saw there. I even took this one leaf and I just stuck it into soil like that, and it started growing some roots. So what I'm going to do is I'll just transplant this also in another container, smaller container. So now I have like 4 plants. I can store keep 4 trees, and I'll store them in different containers. But this is basically how you can cultivate your spekboom, and then you can use it indoors. You can keep it indoors, you can keep it outdoors, doesn't matter. These 3 of course I'll keep outdoors. This one I'll keep in the window, in the room where I sit, in the study, and I'll just keep on watering it and monitoring it. But the others, this one I'll leave in the water to give me some more roots. This one I'll put in the ground in a smaller container, and this one as well, and then we'll take care of it. And in 6 months time I will come back and I will show you exactly how my bonsai looks, and what these other 3 or 4 plants look like. So we've come to the end of the video. I showed you my bonsai experiment over here. This is the bonsai experiment. We're just gonna keep watering it. I'm gonna keep it in the window by me in the study, and we will see how far it grows. I'm hoping that the tree doesn't die, and then the roots will find its way down over the stone and down into the deeper soil and create more roots and then grow from there. I would like to see that. You can see this plant is very healthy because it grows smaller leaves over there as we broke off the leaves. So if you can see it over there, it created bigger leaves, or either smaller leaves, and the plant just keeps on recreating or growing and shooting out sprouts. So I'm hoping that I'll leave a picture on the screen for you of a bonsai that I saw a Spekboom bonsai that I saw somewhere on the internet. I would like to have something like that, but I'm just experimenting with they call it the root over stone growth. So I'll probably buy some more bonsai pots and then use the other smaller plants also as bonsais, and maybe just do something else with it. But that is our experiment. So that's the end of the video. If you like the video, if you like the information that I shared, give me the thumbs up. If you don't, give me the thumbs down. If you have any questions, suggestions, remember, I'm not an expert. I'm just experimenting over here. This is the first time ever that I'm doing bonsai. So this is the first time. If you are the expert in bonsai, please tell me what I'm doing wrong, what I need to improve on, and then I will do that so everybody else can also learn. But if you haven't subscribed as yet, please destroy the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we have a new update. But that's it from me for now. Until next time, keep well, stay safe, stay blessed. Away.